everyone, this is Dimensional Master, and before we talk about the video at hand, I just want to tell you something about the My Nintendo missions. If you have a My Nintendo account, sign in so you could do these missions online, and there's also one mission I would like to talk about particularly because I thought it was today because it says Race in the Super Mario Kart Tour event, and it says September 8th. Actually, the phone app, the mobile app for Super Mario Kart Tour actually says this event is going to happen tomorrow. So it's going to happen from September 9th through September 22nd. So that's one of the missions that you have to complete if you want the Super Mario collector's pin set. You know, so the Super Mario Bros. Collector's pin set is for limited time, as much as they have, and you know, you just want to complete these missions. Don't waste your time today, waste your time tomorrow, because we have something important to say because this video showed up. So it says Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and it's canon because it says it's a story 100 years before the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So this is a Dynasty Warrior games, and it's in Hyrule again, and we're just going to have basically a prequel to Breath of the Wild. You know, this is a special moment. Let's just see how they did and like what we got, what they got. You know, like this is getting me pretty excited. Alright.
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, the producer of the Legend of Zelda series.
Okay.
We mentioned in the June 2019 Nintendo Direct presentation that we had started development on the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Did you finish it?
Many people around the world are still playing Breath of the Wild, so I'd like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Everyone, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Regarding the sequel, in order to make the vast world you enjoyed exploring in the original game even more impressive, the team is working hard on its development, so you'll have to wait a bit longer before we can provide more updates.
Corona. Oh,
In the meantime, we've prepared a different way for you to experience the world of Hyrule, and we have a video to introduce it. Please take a look.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages.
I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Oh wow, it's in Breath of the Wild! Well, I kind of expected that because you gotta make a difference or whatever. But yeah, it kind of looks like the Breath of the Wilds. And it, like, yeah, I mean, I could see this being a sequel. Or a prequel, definitely. Sequels of prequels. Wow. This is gonna be awesome. Not only fighting as one person. Because, you know, Dynasty Warriors. Man. Just wow. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Yes, this is definitely probably just its own game, really.
Protect everyone.
Ooh.
What you just saw is the game that Koei Tecmo Games is developing. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Wow.
This game takes place 100 years before the events of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In that game, the Great Calamity that occurred 100 years prior was mentioned, but the actual event itself wasn't shown in full.
Yes.
In this game, you'll be able to experience the events of the Great Calamity.
Yeah.
So now,
It's
I would
great.
like to invite Koei Tecmo Games producer, Mr.
Thank you.
Hayashi, to join me here.
That's such a good idea. Wow.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yosuke Hayashi from Koei Tecmo Games and the producer of this game. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity began when Mr. Aonuma approached us saying, "I think it would be interesting to create a Warriors game telling the story of the Great Calamity. What do you think?"
Crazy. I think
The
it's a great
battles
idea.
between the Kingdom of Hyrule and Calamity Ganon would complement Warrior-style gameplay against large armies. The previous Hyrule Warriors games were filled with Zelda conventions. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild broke these conventions entirely, and perhaps it's the same for everyone here, but for someone like me, who's been playing Zelda games for a long time, this was an extraordinary experience. It's a new, special title for me. Unlike the previous Hyrule Warriors games, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was developed by working closely with the Zelda team in every step of the process,
This is
including
so cool.
gameplay direction, graphics, world, and all dialogue. And
So
while we
cool.
maintained the distinct gameplay style of the Warriors series, with exciting 1 versus 1,000 battles and a wide variety of playable characters, this became the only game that will let you experience the world 100 years prior to the events of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the
So
Wild
cool.
firsthand.
Wouldn't they look older if it was 100 years? Because it looks like
Thank
the
you,
same
Mr.
people.
Hayashi. During the development of the previous Hyrule Warriors games, I was impressed
Does that
with
mean
how
they're
the
100
Warriors development
years
team,
old?
led by Mr. Hayashi, had a deep understanding of the Legend of Zelda series. This time around, they made it possible to create this new experience by combining the well-detailed world of Breath of the Wild with Warriors gameplay. Therefore, I believe this game will offer the experience of the Great Calamity battles that weren't fully shown in the original game.
So cool.
I hope that both those who played the previous Hyrule Warriors games and those who played The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild can experience this game. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity will launch on November 20th.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Thank you for your continued support for The Legend of
Oh
Zelda
my
and this game.
gosh.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。
My wallet. Okay. Wow, this is so crazy. Okay, so what do I think about this prequel? It's going to work because they actually put Hyrule Warriors and they actually put Breath of the Wild art style, and it looks like it could be set as a prequel. But I never knew this. Like, I might be dumb or stupid or or forgetting something, because yes, it has Breath of the Wild elements and the art style and all that stuff, but it has all the ones from the same game from Breath of the Wild, but I never thought they were over 100 years old. Like, Link, I think, has an excuse because he was resting in some kind of like time chamber or whatever, right? And I think he was asleep for the longest time. I'm not sure, I don't remember, but wasn't he sleeping something like in a chamber where it kept him preserved? But no, I mean, but these other people that are in this game that is supposed to be 100 years prior to the Age of Calamity, aren't they supposed to be older too? I mean, aren't they supposed to be older when they went to Breath of the Wild? Like, aren't they supposed to look like, I don't know, younger or whatever? Like, I don't care if they're 100 years old, but they look the same as they did from Breath of the Wild. And I feel like they should be, I don't know, probably a little bit younger or something. It might, I mean, that's probably the only problem I have with this game. But man, everything else, perfect. Mwah, it's a piece of art. But anyway, wow, this is incredible. Like, this is blowing my mind. Like, I don't know, but I think Nintendo has won today. So, anyway, this is crazy. And anyways, I'm so happy that they're doing this. Alright, well, anyways, guys, this is Dimension Master signing out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later when Nintendo does something. Alright, well, anyways, I'll see ya.